Am I wrong for telling husband he can visit his mother for Mother's Day but not our toddler? My almost 2-year-old had an ileostomy reversal last month. It went well, but the side effects of the surgery is that he has constant bowel movements, every 10-15 mins, and due to the fact that he has never used his bum before in the entire 20 months of life, the constant exposure of stool to his skin has caused a severe diaper rash. Up until a week ago, his skin was horrid, but I have perfected my system and have managed to clear 99% of his diaper rash. It's mainly just me changing him the moment he goes and changing his diet, making sure he eats. If he goes more than 2 hours without eating during the day, he gets terrible diarrhea, which makes rash come back full force. In-laws want our son to visit for Mother's Day at Mill's mother's home because they haven't seen him in over a month. I have reservations because the ride there is long and we will have to pull over multiple times to change him. And more importantly, we can't even go to their house because he will not eat there at all and never has. But say he does happen to eat there, again has never happened IDK why he won't eat at Mill's house either. We will have to bring all of our supplies and I will basically just have him in room, changing him every 10 minutes. Also, sometimes when he goes, he screams in pain and I really don't want to deal with my husband's entire family. They celebrate all mothers in the family, not just Mill, trying to step in and tell me what to do. We can't ease his pain, he just has to pass it. If we go to a restaurant, the same problems arise, just in a more crowded and louder place. Husband believes son's bowel movements have gotten more steady because his rash is gone, and that means we can start going places. That is not the case. They are still erratic. I just stay on top of everything. It can take months or years to steady. I told him he can visit his family alone, but I could tell it hurt him. My in-laws believe we can go one day with him having diarrhea, because I have gotten a handle on how to treat his skin, but I don't want to risk compromising all the progress I've made. I offered them to come to us, living with my rents for right now, but they won't hear it even though my parents will go to my husband family's homes for joint celebrations, despite our house being bigger and able to accommodate both families unlike any of theirs can. I told them if they really wanted to see our son, they would suck it up and come here, but no one has responded. Thank you for all your support. I would love to respond to everyone, but answering comments takes time away from my son and his changes, so I probably won't be responding. Edit. I would like to clarify my husband can't help. He's at work and my son will not allow him to change his diapers. Anyways, he was traumatized with the constant prodding of the doctors at the hospital and only allows me to change him. I won't force my son to be stressed even if it stresses me. My husband does try on the weekends, but it is extremely upsetting for all three of us. My husband isn't ignoring the issues. He genuinely thinks he's gotten better due to his rash being gone, and the fact that his nightly changes went from 9 times to only 1-2. Yes. His bowels have steadied at night, but not yet during the day. That will take much longer. Unfortunately, my husband only sees the nights, not days. Someone in the comments mentioned a log, and I will definitely be using that to show him things are not as well as he thinks. Thank you to the commenter who suggested this. I will be updating him constantly because I do spend 80% of my day cleaning up poop, LOL. Also, I never mind seeing our mothers on the day. I just want time for me too. And my husband has to work even on weekends to support us. We spend a lot of money on my son's supplies, $600+ a week, and insurance doesn't cover most of the things we actually need. Our rainy day savings of nearly $20,000 drained the first year of our son's life due to his disease before anyone says, why did we have a kid with no money? We had money, we just weren't expecting this disease to burden our son. Update 2 weeks later. Firstly, I would like to thank everyone who commented on my previous post and apologize for my lack of responses. I really tried to read everything and reply to questions that were asking for advice about treating diaper rash, but if I responded to everyone, my son would have the reddest bum ever. I did not show my husband the post initially, because the adult thing for me to do was talk to him and give him a chance to explain and also hear my opinions. He did not understand why we couldn't just visit his family for only an hour or 2, so I made sure he understood why. On Saturday, I asked him today the day off so he could stay home and see how our son acted and all he went through. Nearly 40 diaper changes, the screaming and crying with each bowel move, the lack of personal time or breaks you actually get when taking care of a medically fragile child. I think by noon he understood why we couldn't bring our son to his family. I again asked him if his parents would mind coming to us to meet at the park behind our home. He told me they would not, no matter how we worded it. No matter what we did, they just don't get it and won't try to. I tried to be understanding because he is always stuck in the middle, but I stood my ground. I wouldn't risk my son's health for their feelings, and I'm not compromising any more than I have already tried. If my in-laws really wanted to see our son, they would drive to us to see him. Mother's Day came around and my lovely parents, who we live with, watched our son. He was generous enough to let my mom change him while we went out on a much-needed date. It was the break I needed, and it felt incredible to reconnect with my husband. My husband did eventually go see his family, stayed for an hour or two, and I got to spend the rest of the day with my son. My husband didn't tell me anything that happened when he got back, but I did get a text message from my mother-in-law that read, "Happy Mother's Day, OP. I hope you get everything you wanted." Not sure if it was genuine or a dig, but I said thank you and wished her and her family well. I did eventually show him the post, and he apologized for not realizing how he was treating us. He has decided to go to therapy to work on his boundaries with his parents and hopefully to become a better communicator with me. Thank you for reading, and I hope all of you are doing well. Also, if anyone is struggling with curing a diaper rash, don't hesitate to message me. What do you guys think? Let's discuss in the comments. Follow and like for more stories.